Hi, it's Mark, your Madison Cork Dork. Saturday, I discussed Pinot Blanc, a Pinot that most of you have never heard of. Today, I'll be introducing you to a grape that is somewhat well-known, Tempranillo. So why am I doing these videos? Well, the majority of you have probably heard of some of the following varietals: Cabernet Sauvignon, Chardonnay, Riesling, and Moscato. I, however, would like to introduce you to some grapes that you've probably never heard of. At the beginning of each video, I will remind you of a few things. First and foremost, anyone can learn how to smell and taste wine. Your sensations of smell and taste are determined by the chemicals that are in food and drink. When we say we're smelling smoke or we're tasting lemons, we're not making this up. With time, you can train yourself to seek out individual smells and tastes. Just swirl your wine glass, close your eyes, and think about what you are smelling or tasting. This will help you appreciate and analyze wine. I'll keep bringing up several terms that I will define at the beginning of each video. Body is the mouthfeel you have when you taste the wine. It's analogous to milk. If it feels like whole milk, that's a full-bodied wine. If it's like skim milk, it's a light-bodied wine. And if it's like 2% milk, it's a medium-bodied wine. Tannin is the astringency you feel in your mouth that some wines have. It makes your tongue feel like it's sticking to your teeth or to the roof of your mouth. Acidity is how watery your mouth feels after swallowing. The more watery, the higher the acidity. Okay, so on to Tempranillo. It was a tough decision on whether to include Tempranillo in these videos or not. On the one hand, a fair amount of people are familiar with the grape, and on the other hand, the average consumer might determine that it is somewhat obscure and they need to have a little bit more information. And so my target audience, I'm assuming, does not know Tempranillo. The overwhelming majority of Tempranillo grows in Spain, and arguably the best of the best comes from the Rioja region of northern Spain. In fact, if someone were to come up to me at work and ask for Rioja, I know that they're basically meaning Tempranillo. So here is the Rioja region in Spain. So, in a little area of northeastern Spain, this little darker area that curves, and of course a closer look in northeastern Spain. Again, little curve there. That little area is Rioja. Tempranillo is also planted in Portugal as well as Argentina. You can even find it grown in California and Washington State. The grape has grown on the Iberian Peninsula since the time of the Phoenician conquest around 1500 BC. There is speculation that the Spaniards brought the grape to the New World in the 1600s, but that is not 100% certain. In 1905, one Friedrich Bialetti brought Tempranillo to California. At the time, it was not well received and was by and large abandoned due to prohibition. Tempranillo's rise towards the top of the world in acreage did not really start until the 1990s, when Spaniards proved that high-quality Tempranillo can be grown outside of the Rioja region. In 2015, Tempranillo was the fourth most planted grape in the world. The name Tempranillo comes from the Spanish word temprano, which basically translates to early. This is a reference to the fact that the grape ripens much earlier than other Spanish red grapes. The grape has a thick skin and is very dark in color. Tempranillo has a preference for chalky soils and performs well in Mediterranean-like climates, as well as very high-altitude continental climates, like that of Rioja. A downside to planting Tempranillo is that it is very vulnerable to pests and diseases. can also easily absorb a lot of potassium, which, if left unchecked, can lead to poor quality wine. So what can you expect from Tempranillo? Well, it's a medium full-bodied red wine. Tempranillo is very dry. It has a medium-high level of tannin, as well as a medium-high level of acidity. Tempranillo also has a medium-high level of alcohol. Tempranillo is meant to be drunk in a red wine glass, should you have one. The wine is to be served between 55 and 60 degrees, also known as cellar temperature. Should you have the patience, Tempranillo can be stored anywhere from 10 to 30 years. You can spend around $14 for a good bottle of Tempranillo, which is pretty affordable. So what are some of the smells and tastes you can expect from Tempranillo? Cherry, dried fig, cedar, tobacco, and dill. Pair it with steak, gourmet burgers, or a rack of lamb for a fantastic meal. So if you want to try an affordable Spanish wine, give Tempranillo a try. Anyway, this is Mark, your Madison Cork Dork. Join me Wednesday when I discuss a fun grape that primarily grows in Hungary. Thanks for watching.